Welcome back to another episode of Full Circle with me, Onyx. All things spiritual, all things magical. And maybe, hmm, hmm, definitely channeling, you know, feeling good. So I woke up today wanting this gorgeous person who came over and spent the night with me, pretty much. And our time together was really nice. And of course, they have to leave and take care of themselves, you know, adult. And this person was from out of state, long distance, and it's the getting to know you process. And I could feel I wanted to attach, I wanted to cling. Underneath the desire of attachment is fear, you know? And when you're living in fear, you feel like you have to do something about it. Cast a spell, do some energy adjustment, you know? You want to manipulate the environment, the energy, yourself, and you don't trust anymore the process, the unfolding. So, what I really want to talk about is the best formula for success is filling your own cup. We live in a society and culture that basically says you're worthless unless you have something to provide. You know, make your parents happy, make your friends happy, make your boss happy. If you make everyone happy, then you will survive. If you make everyone happy, you will get what you want. You know, even to the extent, please God. You know? And so there's this outward focus, this doing. When do we get to just be ourselves? So it's scary to come back to yourself because you can't measure yourself. You can't quantify it. You can't say, well, I'm good because I did this and this. I'm great because I define myself as this and this. You are pure awareness. You are pure consciousness. And it's actually so great, so vast. It's beyond definition. It's beyond measure. And the mind wants to throw it out. The matrix wants to throw it out. We don't look at the space between me and you. We just say we're separated. There's a distance. But we don't value the space between. We don't really value the blank page that the story is written on. There's a blank canvas and people want to graffiti it with their art, make a statement. Without the canvas, there is no art. Peeling back the layers, getting back to you. You are an infinite empty. You are infinite. So when you haven't taken the time to value emptiness. You can't understand how full it is. Emptiness is liberation. Off the wheel of time, out of the matrix. An empty mind, a no mind, can't be understood by the mind because the mind itself is just programming. You're not your thoughts. You're not your thinking. You're not your conclusions about yourself. You're not your judgments. You're not your prejudice. You're not your possessions. Now, let's move into the truth, attachment, clinging. If I'm not all these things, they can't fulfill me. And in my very effort of grasping, they slip through my hands. What can I do? I'll always have the choice to surrender. The truth of the matter is, these things, people, places, memories, those wonderful moments we had that seem to fade away back into nothing, we are, by modern psychology, codependent. So the Buddha was a great psychologist. And he's not the only one. There's many before him and many after. You can awaken your own Buddha who realizes you are the one. Now, so when you're dependent upon validation from someone else, when you're dependent on consistency from other people, when you're dependent on controlling your environment, people, places, and things to validate your thinking model, your reason, your logic that you're holding on to, you're giving all your power away. You're codependent. Gurus, traditions, systems, methods, rituals, all these things, they're attachments, they're threads, they're strings, keeping you bound, caught up in your own web. And eventually, you become the fly in your own spider's trap. Your mind ensnares you. So that was a lot of liquid flow of deep conversation. Here we are, back in this new moment. What your culture doesn't do is teach you how to empower yourself. The culture, your family, your parents, the school system, your friends, your family, all these established systems, don't ever turn the mirror back on you and say, hey, you're powerful. You are the one making the whole show happen. You are the power source behind all of this. You are the go. You are the yes. You are that energy. And you are tapped in and connected to the fabric of a greater reality that supports the structure of this matrix. This matrix has no power without us. You are the gods. You are the inheritance. You are the divine blessed one. You are the ultimate guru. You are the ultimate authority in your life. So, ownership. Who's in charge of this relationship? And if everyone is their own authority, would you do what everyone is trying to do and control them? Is that love? Is that freedom? Does that even feel good? Our culture teaches you to grasp. Our culture teaches you to gaslight, undermine. Our culture teaches you to suppress, oppress. Watch the ways that you have been sold, that you have bought into, subscribed into narrow thinking patterns. And it's all based on the assumption that you're not the one. Let me be a good parent and teach you. Let me be a responsible adult and tell you how it is. Let me share the truth. Let me assume from the get-go you don't know. Let me assume you're ignorant. Let's have teachers teach you. Let's have guides guide you. The only thing you will learn and need guidance, teaching, education on is within this 3D world. But we cannot deny the fact you are existence itself. You were probably born at the dawn of time. You're probably before the beginning of time. Before it all started, there you were. Don't you think there's a great power and wisdom there? An all-knowing source. Could you be the portal to heaven? Could you be the portal to God? You know? You are an unlimited power source. So now, here you are. A new beginning. A new moment. You are the timeless one. You are the Buddha. You exist. How great is that? So, all you can do is pretend. Work hard at giving your power away to an establishment, to a people, to another, to a you. You. Let's blame. Let's judge. Let's compare. Let's criticize. Let's put people in boxes and situations. Let's try to make sense of it all. And it's all a game. A twisted game you've been taught to play. You're exhausted. You're emotionally dysregulated. You're mentally confused and out of sorts. You've done it all yourself. Let's take some ownership of our so-called problems. Let's take some ownership. You are very, very creative in your own self-destruction, in your own minimizing of you. But isn't that what we do? You know, put God somewhere up in the clouds. You know, not here, not you. Why do we create distance, time and space from the things that we truly desire, from the things that we want. Your own divinity. So you can't escape it. The glory of yourself, the beauty of you, the infinite power. So all we do is hide, lie, distract ourselves, pretend to be these little characters that really aren't much. The whole world is really into supporting the idea that humans suck, that humans are limited, that we're somehow confined. We're really into controlling other people. We have a whole reward and punishment system, a whole law system to tell you the agreed, established rules. What is right, what is wrong, and what we're going to do about it. We're going to make careers out of telling you what to do, telling you who you are, telling you what happiness is. I'm going to be your guru. I'm going to be your therapist. I'm going to be your life coach. I'm going to be your preacher. I'm going to be your religious authority. I'm going to be the law enforcement. I'm going to do all these things. And when you do not do what I say, when I can't control you, when you don't get in line and follow the script, become a good little boy and a good little girl, and you do what we want with a smile on your face, and you don't agree to my terms, well, then I'm going to threaten you with fear. False evidence appearing real. Fear. False evidence appearing real. I'm going to use violence, pain, threaten you, or I will blame you, shame you, criticize you, judge you. I'm going to undermine you. I'm going to suppress you. I'm going to lock you up. You don't want to be locked up, do you? So we'll lock you up. Oh, you don't mind being alone? Well, then I'll put you out into the world. And I will, outcast you. All sorts of things. All these plans. All these ways. But guess what? It's all flawed. What do you mean it's all flawed? Well, you have a right. And it's built into reality. It's built into nature. It's built into who you are. You have the right to choose what you believe, what you're being told, what you're being asked to do, what you're being commanded to do, what you're being forced to do. You have a right. That right is choice. In every moment, it's always your choice. In every moment, it's always your move. You're free without even knowing it. You're divine without even knowing it. You're powerful without even knowing it. Why don't we know these great things about ourselves? Because we don't question it. Because that's what you are. If you knew who you were, would you ever ask? The answer is no. If you knew the answer, would you have the question? The answer is no. So here you are, this amazing, powerful being, infinite. There's no words because there's no question. There's no answers because you are it. This great revolution that people are celebrating, and you're wondering what it's all about. You're celebrating that which has no name, that which is boundless, your true nature, your Buddha nature, your enlightenment, your bliss, your joy. But you can't receive that unless you let go. You're looking in the dark, searching for something. But guess what? The dark is what you're searching for. It's empty. It's full. It's invisible. It's non-quantifiable. You can't measure it. It has no circumference. It has no start. It has no end. You're infinite. There is no circumference to measure. Every direction you look at, you're looking into the center. You're always looking at yourself. An unlimited, a center that is everywhere, a circumference that is nowhere. That is you. That is also the nature of reality. So you know you're falling into illusion if there was a beginning, a during, and an after. You're falling into an illusion if you can measure it. You're falling into illusion if you can name it. You're getting approximations. You're getting constructs. You're getting glimpses, hunches of something so infinite, so far out. It's right here. You can wake up at any time and set yourself free. All the pain that you've ever went through has never lasted. It's non-permanent. It's subject to change. Thus is not real. You can measure change. Has highs, has lows, has beginning, has after, has a birth, has a death. Therefore, it's not the real that we're actually talking about. It's not liberated. It's stuck on the wheel of time. It's stuck on the wheel of space. All your past lives, all your future lives, all your parallel realities, more illusions, fragmented. They're not you. They're experiences shaped on the canvas of eternity. They're reflections, they're holograms, they're projections on the mirror of space, on the big screen, on the big cosmic screen. They're nice. They're supposed to be enjoyable, interesting, fascinating, enlightening. But you the witness, you that point of consciousness, that perspective, infinite, unbound and free. That is the celebration. This is what we're celebrating. Your uniqueness is actually your unique perspective. Your uniqueness is your view on life, the way you're taking it, your journey, your unfolding. The lessons that you've learned, the great ideas that you wish to share and lift the world up as we expand the collective, that is all a part of your uniqueness. And it's worth celebrating. You know you more than anyone else. You will always be there for you. So, the idea of alone is an illusion. The idea of abandonment is an illusion. So what's there to grasp to? The idea of wealth and value is kind of an illusion. There is nothing more valuable than you. Because it's so, it's not subject to death. Because it's so, it's not subject to endings or change. That which is valuable, that which is true, that which is infinite, can never be tarnished, can never be dirtied, can never be soiled, can never be shamed. It's beyond, and it's right here now. That's what it is. Something that cannot be destroyed is seen as powerful. Something that cannot be moved is seen as powerful. So fall back into yourself. Recognize all you were ever seeking was yourself. And you've been here all along. Before we start our journey and at the end of our journey, we're probably going to rest. We're going to sit. The Alpha, the Omega come together. The serpent eats its tail. Ouroboros, the beginning of time and the end of time, merge into one. All here now. So, return to the present. Return to your center. Now, sink it into your body. Tie it deep into your roots. Establish yourself. Establish the kingdom of heaven within you. Establish it within your body. Our body is a bridge. It anchors heaven and earth. They unite. You become the alchemist. You become the living Christ. You become the greatest version of yourself. Meditation offers you a space to realize that. But if you get too stuck in if you get too stuck in the technique, too stuck in the goal, you miss what the transformation, the return to self. You're breathing, you're relaxing, you're sitting still. There's nothing to do but be. The awakening, the quickening, the self-realization, whether it's big or small, whether it's a little bloom or a full bloom, doesn't matter. You're blooming. You're unfolding. But first we must plant the seed. That seed is you. I'm enticing you with words. Your body is like fertile soil. We plant your spirit back in your body, your energy, your fragmented selves. So bring your energy back to center line. Swirl it in if you like, however you would like to do that. Bring it in. Now let it sink down. Push it out through your tailbone. Breathe out. As you push out, remove all that is not you. All your experiences, whether they were good or bad, it doesn't matter. Everything. So we bring ourselves, realign ourselves to the now, to the present moment. Push down to the earth until you feel a push up. You might feel it through your posture. You might all of a sudden feel a strengthening and a realignment and have to reposition your posture, something that feels free and light. So when you feel that up current, that's the shift in energy. The down current, which was depressing you, the down current where you were overthinking, the downward current, the heavier vibes, They were trying to help you get back to earth, to re solidify, but then you push down even more until it pushes back up. And then you get the upliftment. So what comes up must come down, what goes down must come up. So it's like a drawer that you have to unlock. An old wooden drawer that swells with the seasons can kind of get jammed. So sometimes, in order to open it, you have to close it a little bit more, and then it pops open. Same thing with your energy. Sometimes you just have to go with the way it naturally wants to go with, push it a little bit more, and then snap out of it. Now receive yourself more like water. So we planted the seed, our intention, into the fertile soil of your body, into the pit of your stomach. Great. That's where you want to put it. You are the container, you are the soil, you are the seed. Receive the energy, receive the good vibes. Let your emotions express however it is, like water and sunlight. Let the flower grow. Can you give it some room, some breathing space? Don't mental it. Don't think about it. Let it be. Let the natural unfolding take over. This is surrender. Be present. Be here now. Be yourself. Be open. This allowance. You don't need to have trust, faith, and belief into a process that's built into the structure of reality. You need to let go of what's not. Now let's use that witness and watch the magic happen. Watch the flower bloom. Feel the sensations of this natural realignment as you stop constraining yourself, choking yourself out, controlling, holding on to tension, owning everything that's not you. Because nothing is you. The paradox, nothing is you. You can never be contaminated. You're beyond your story. You're beyond your experiences. Let's experience that now. Breathe it in. Live in joy. Be joyful. So much better.